The Irish and Irish Americans have played a major role in Boston's history. One great way to relive that history is to take a stroll along the city's Irish Heritage Trail.
There are some expected stops like the Rose Kennedy Garden and some unexpected sights. Fenway Park?
Most everyone knows Boston's Freedom Trail, weaving through the city's revolutionary past. But did you know about the other trails?
The Women's Trail, the Black Heritage Trail, there's an Immigrant Trail, there's a French Trail.
And also an Irish Trail.
I'm Michael Quinlan, and I'm the originator of the Boston Irish Heritage Trail.
And this is its path, winding through downtown with its 20 sites.
The Rose Kennedy Garden is the very first stop on the Boston Irish Heritage Trail.
Rose was, of course, the daughter of famed Boston Mayor Honey Fitz, John Fitzgerald, wife of Joseph P. Kennedy, and mother of a national political dynasty. Statues of two prominent Irish Boston mayors are next on the trail. Kevin White, mayor in the late 60s and 70s, is credited with reinvigorating the waterfront and Quincy Market. And the legendary James Michael Curley, who had more than 50 years in Boston and Massachusetts politics. Yes, he did a little jail time, twice. The current City Hall is on the trail, but it's the old City Hall on School Street that tells the city's Irish political story with its list of Boston mayors.
One after another, decade after decade, every mayor was of Yankee stock. And it wasn't until the first Irishman got elected mayor. His name was Hugh O'Brien. It marks a shift in the way voters from the Irish community were able to put their own candidates into office.
Patrick Collins came next, later John Fitzgerald and James Michael Curley.
From 1929 to 1994, there was an Irish-American mayor in the seat at City Hall continuously.
Two more significant Irish sites on School Street. The Irish Famine Memorial is at the lower end.
On the one hand, you have a depiction of the Irish leaving Ireland, starving, traumatized, poverty-stricken, trying to get out of the island so they could survive. And then here on the other side, there's a depiction of the Irish after they've come to America, looking forward into the future with confidence and dignity.
And just up School Street,
the Omni Parker Hotel happens to be halfway between the Massachusetts State House and Old City Hall. So in the early 20th century, this was literally the meeting ground for the Irish-American political establishment.
The old Puritan granary burying ground is next.
For the most part, you had to be from the Church of England to be buried here. It's very rare to see an Irishman in this cemetery.
But there are at least two. The first, a victim of the Boston Massacre, all of whom were honored with burial here.
There was a riot forming, and the soldiers panicked and they shot into the crowd, and they killed 5 people. Patrick Carr was one of them.
Here with Carr's grave is James Sullivan, an early governor of Massachusetts.
It's interesting that Sullivan is buried here because obviously he has an Irish name, but he was a Protestant as well, so he was able to get into the cemetery.
Around the corner and up the hill are more Irish connections.
The John F. Kennedy statue, which is right on the lawn of the State House. JFK was the first Irish Catholic president of the United States. This is the Shaw Memorial. It's a tribute to the 54th Black Regiment that fought out of Boston in the Civil War. And the reason it's on the Irish Heritage Trail is because the sculptor, Augustus St. Gaudens, was actually born in Dublin in 1848.
The Irish Trail then leads down to Boston Commons Monument for Commodore John Barry, the father of the American Navy. We're in the Back Bay now at the Fairmont Copley Plaza Hotel. Lauren Soriano is a hotel director.
Our hotel and Copley Square, they were both named after John Singleton Copley. And of course, he was the great American painter from the 18th century. His background is Irish.
Right across the plaza, the Boston Public Library with its collection of an estimated 23 million books and other objects. David Leonard is director of the BPL.
That includes, interestingly enough, 50,000 items spanning Irish history and Irish studies from really the 1600s through to the 20th century.
And the last stop on the Irish Heritage Trail, Fenway Park. Why?
Fenway Park was built by an Irishman. His name was Charles Logue. He started construction in September of 1911, and he had it finished in time for the opening game on April 20th, 1912.
And the Irish Heritage Trail actually includes more locations than we just saw in the piece.
Right, and there's two ways to tour the trail. One is a self-guided tour. You just pick up a map and you just walk along and see the things there are to see. And then twice a year they offer guided tours. This weekend, being St. Patrick's Day, is one of them. There's still some openings for the Friday and Sunday tours. Information about that is on our website. The other time they do it is in June.
That's just great. Born in Ireland, they came to Boston.
They ended up adopting 4 children from Ethiopia.
Stories from Bill Brett's Boston Irish.